So we are actually here in Salt Lake City, Utah with Lizz Schofield. She is a woman of many hats, actually. She is the founder and just pretty much the diva of the Pole Fitness Association. So we're very grateful for her for that. She's also the owner of Studio Soiree here in Salt Lake City, which now has 3 different locations. So she's definitely a busy woman. We're going to have her tell you a little bit about what she does, mostly with the Pole Fitness Association today. So Lizz, why don't you just kind of introduce yourself beyond that a little bit, and then tell us a little bit about what got you started with the Pole Fitness Association.
All right. I'm Lizz Schofield. I'm the owner of Studio Soiree and the managing director for the PFA. I co-founded the PFA with Collette Kakuk-OC Pole Fitness, and the PFA is basically an organization that is brought together to create a union, per se, for pole professionals all over the globe. It's an international membership docket for just pole professionals. It's not yet set up for enthusiasts, but it is for trainers and performers and competitors alike in the field. I created it so that we would have a tool to market between each other, create a language that we all spoke and agreed on, so that we could have some streamline in our industry, so that this isn't a fad. It's something that will actually grow and develop and will be taken seriously.
Okay, so would you say that of all of your goals and kind of your overall mission, is the terminology kind of like one of those things, or what would you say is like your overall, just what are you trying to accomplish, main thing?
Good question. What we're trying to accomplish is unity in our industry. I would have to say, is the #1 thing. Being able to speak the same language only creates unity for the industry. So that's one of the tools that we use to bring everybody together, get everybody on the same playing field. But the PFA's mission and motto is that knowledge and sharing is sexy. And the fact that we can share information back and forth, support each other's studios all across the country, all across the world, creates unity in our industry, which I think is desperately needed.
Cool. So as far as the terminology, that being like a big topic in the industry right now, definitely. We just had the kind of the launch, I guess, of the first agreed upon terminology in the industry, which went through a couple rounds and is still kind of being looked at to improve upon and take input. Tell us a little bit about what the next step is for the terminology and kind of how we can encourage studios and pole professionals all over to help adopt those things and even add their input.
Okay. First things first is to get the correct terminology, which is we sell the flashcards on our website, but it went through many rounds. It took us over a year and a half. We involved over 17 countries in the process, and it's still ever evolving. Our first edition was released at the International Pole Convention in DC, and it's just brand new. So we're actually right now still modifying, and it's all going to be led up to the board of directors that will vote and decide upon what those terms are. But it's based after gymnastics, ice skating, these very well-known body movements that are known in other athletic forms. So we're utilizing that and trying to streamline it.
Okay, so if somebody per se wanted to get more involved with maybe just asking questions or adding their input to maybe some of the future terminology or even some of the other things that are going on in the PFA, which you can elaborate on, what do you think the best thing is for them to do?
I think the best thing to do is to contact us, to send an email, ask to be on the board or a committee, ask to get involved, show up to the PFA events so that we can know you and get to know you. But if you're a studio owner and you want to be involved on any of the committees or even that process, we always take feedback. Suggestions, very helpful. So having the information is powerful. So I would just encourage them to email, send me your thoughts, give me a call, and I really try to do well with my communication. So I'd love to hear from anyone.
Tell us a little bit about maybe some of the other boards that you actually are involved in too, or that other ways that people could get involved, or other things that the PFA is trying to do.
We're trying to get certification as a part of instruction. So we have a committee that is for certification. We have another committee that's going to be that does work on retreats and workshops, things like that we'll grow into. And actually a lot of that's being redesigned right now. We had an Olympic committee, but out of that committee was born the IPSF, which is pushing for the Olympic effort. So it was born out of the PFA, but it's not the PFA anymore, so that committee's gone. And we obviously have the terminology committee, certification and schooling, and I'm actually adding quite a few more, so that's going to be subject to change in the next month or two.
So definitely you guys out there want to get a hold of Liz at the PFA. Can you tell us your contact information?
Sure. It's Lizz, L-I-Z-Z, at thepolefitnessassociation.com. You can check us out at polefitnessassociation.com, and you can see a lot of information. We're also going on tour this year, so other ambassadors for the PFA will be touring other studios to give people an inside look of what's going on in these other studios around the country. That's just in the U.S. right now, but it'll definitely spread. You can, email is the best way to contact me, and then I can get back to you. I usually return emails within 48 hours.
Cool. So it sounds like there's a lot of exciting things going on with the tour and everything. What do you think your time frame is as far as being able to visit some of these studios within the U.S.?
Well, right now it's dependent. That's, you bring up a really good point. If somebody's interested in being a PFA ambassador, those are the people that are going to tour. So you have people that are already in a touring schedule, and if they're a PFA member and they're an ambassador, then they go with and they take some of our sponsors, loot bags, and give out goodies and tank tops and pro bars. That's one of our sponsors in Mighty Grip. So really what would be super great, the more ambassadors we've got, the more areas we can hit. If you're doing workshops and you're traveling around the country, get in touch with me, and you'd like to, if you're already a PFA member or you'd like to be an ambassador, we'd love to give you that hat and spread the pole love all around the world.
Excellent. So what I think is great about Liz is that she's enthusiastic about this, and we know that there's all kinds of people out there all over the world, in and out of the U.S., who are equally as enthusiastic about this, and we definitely want to get ourselves all on the same page so that we can, further our sport. Anything else you'd like to tell us just about your mission, or just
Sure.
anything you're excited about?
I love pole fitness. It changed my life, it changed my body, it changed my mind. And I know that everybody in this industry loves what we do. We love pole, we love pole fitness, we love pole dancing. And for that love of pole, I think that the only real way to make sure that it lasts, that it's not a trend or a fad, is for all of us to band together and share our love for pole fitness with each other and get together, create a union. Let's all stand and hold hands and play in the sandbox together and make pole fitness something that's going to last.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Liz,
Thanks,
today for
Jess.
taking some time.
Thank you, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.